one. All right, here's the one thing tonight. Comrades! Comrades, there is good news from the Western Front. Our glorious revolution is starting to take hold on a global scale. Just listen as Comrade Brown pounded our propaganda into the minds of the clueless capitalist pigs today. Listen up.
We should seize this moment, because never before have I seen a world willing to come together so much. Never before has that been more needed, and never before have the benefits of cooperation been so far-reaching.
If we could just have the globe all together. Oh, how right he is. Even a child knows that a collective is stronger than the individual. That's why you'll be so pleased by the good work the agents that we've planted inside our great worker organization, the AFL-CIO. These workers have united at their winter gathering in Florida to improve life for you, the average worker. Oh, it's great. Wait until you see the opulence. We'll show it to you in a minute. They're touting our card check system. And believe it or not, the Americans are actually starting to buy it. Their fearless leader, Comrade Obama, has even promised the noble workers that he supports our bill. Yes, comrades, the greatest Trojan horse we've conceived might still work after all, but we must stay vigilant. Some capitalists are trying to save their failed state by thwarting the fearless leader's efforts. They say that secret ballots must be protected. Secret ballots. You must not listen to their foolish propaganda. They only fear our united front. Comrades, our time is now. We have them spending trillions to save their precious banks. We nearly have their census in the hands of their fearless leader. We have convinced them that those who cheat on their taxes are more important than the average person, so they should be ignored. Let them work. Let them work. And their very own agents. Our agents are now in Congress. We are very close to our ruling party. The destruction of the West is happening just as we always hoped, but not with violence. No, with fear. And the best part is, it's happening without the fear of their true enemy, what they would call the red slavery of socialism. I laugh at that. The only thing worse to them, one thing worse than losing millions of lives, apparently, is losing trillions of dollars. We have them where we want them, and in their panic, they will succumb. Stop it here for a second. You know, some Americans actually want communism, and it is actually something now that has been made a big joke. Since McCarthy, communists, nobody's afraid of communists anymore. They're fine. I mean, okay, all right, I killed 100 million people. Let's move on from that. They've been around for years. So what do they want Main Street USA to look like? The Kremlin? Joining me now is Sam Webb, National Chair of the Communist Party USA. Sam, how are you?
Very good.
Very good. You've been a communist, well, let me ask you the right way. Are you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
40 years.
40 years you have. How your family must be so proud.
Well, I think, by the way, I don't think you have to be quite so apocalyptic about the future, quite so hysterical.
Oh, no.
Chill out a little bit.
No, I know. You're a happy man.
Socialism isn't yet on the agenda.
You're right.
The main thing is to improve the lives of working people.
You're so right. America, will you listen? I want you to, and I mean this sincerely, listen to this man. He just gave a speech in Cleveland, Ohio, at the end of January?
About that, yeah.
And you said, I read it today, it's fantastic. You talked about how the communist agenda is being fulfilled by Barack Obama. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I said the new president, the new Congress, does represent something quite different from what we've had over the past 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, let's be specific here. You said that not only is he a friend, but an ally.
I don't think I said that. I think I said a people's advocate.
No, you said an ally.
No, I don't think I did. I made the speech. You didn't.
No, I've read it a lot. I mean, I really reveled over that.
Your memory
was beautiful.
But the point I was making is this, that I think Obama represents the same kind of spirit that other reformers did in this country, like Lincoln, like Teddy Roosevelt. like FDR,
Who's a communist?
even Lyndon Johnson.
Like Lenin?
No, not like Lenin.
Like Marx?
No, not like Marx.
Why not like Marx?
Because
why do you
he's not a socialist, he's not a Marxist. You know,
why do you push yourself away from Lenin and Marx?
I don't myself, but
Right.
Barack Obama does. He's not a socialist, he's not a communist. You know, you bandied that about during the campaign, and now people are bandying it about
I know.
now.
In America, let me tell you
And the
something.
answer
Hang on,
is
just
no.
let me tell you something. I did say that Barack Obama had Marxist tendencies, that he has surrounded himself with Marxists his whole life. It's an absolute fact. You can look that up. I did say that I thought we were in for massive socialism. I did say also that if Barack Obama was elected, you would wake up one day in our country and it would be vastly different than the country that you went to sleep in. Well, I'm sorry that I've been so wrong on that.
Well, you've been wrong, but the American people, in their majority, did elect Barack Obama to the White House. They elected a different Congress, and what they wanted was change.
Okay, so
change after the disaster of the Bush years.
So you agree with Barney?
I mean, you seem to forget that this country has been brought to its knees, its economic knees, because of the policies of the Bush administration and Wall Street.
Yeah. Barney Frank's also in there. Which one is he? Wall Street or Barney Frank and the Democrats have said that they were going to get rid of Fannie and Freddie. They would relinquish them, but now they're holding on to them, and they're saying, no, we're going to hold on to them. You actually are for nationalizing the banks. You, as the leader of the Communist Party here in America, you say nationalizing the banks is a good thing. How come?
No, I say this. By the way, the idea of taking over the banks is not such a wild idea. Even Alan Greenspan.
I know.
Headed up the
and Alan Greenspan, he's been a friend of the worker, hasn't he?
No, he isn't.
Oh, well then why would you use him?
I'm just saying it's part of the mainstream now. This is not a wild communist idea.
No, but Alan Greenspan has been widely discredited, at least by many.
But the point I would make is this. I would be for taking over the banks and democratizing them. I mean, take Alan Greenspan. He had up the Fed for about 15 years.
He's one of the main culprits in this.
He's one of the main architects of this financial crisis.
Yes, he is.
Why should he make these decisions solely by himself? Why shouldn't the Fed be democratized?
Right.
Why shouldn't workers make those decisions?
So you're for the stimulus, except it's not big enough for you.
It's not big enough, and the composition is wrong. Too many tax breaks for the wealthiest Americans who've been pigs at the trough over the past 30 years since Reagan.
Wait, hang on just a second. We've been pigs at the trough?
I guess should be included in that category.
Really?
Yes.
How much do you give for charity?
How much do I give for charity?
What percentage of your income do you give to charity?
I give my money to the People's Weekly World, our newspaper.
How much?
How much?
How much percentage of your salary?
$500. I make my pay is $26,000 a year. I give $500 a year to our paper. What's your salary?
You could read about that in the New York Times. I give 20% of my salary.
Tell me now?
I give 20% of my salary. 20%. You give $500. What percentage is that? You know, the people who are calling for the most compassion are the people who are calling for the most compassion are the least likely to part with their money. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't greedy rich people, but there seem to be some greedy communists.